What's good, my people? Jay Jones here at I Am Jay Jones on every platform. Be sure to check in with me, just like I will be checking in with you guys. Leave all your thoughts, all your fire emojis, everything that you guys want to talk about, just leave in the comments below. Today we're going to be talking about some of the best sneakers rocked by some of the best NBA players over this season that you can find this season. Now, we have seen some heat early on. Can't lie, you know, last year we saw some heat as well. But we have two people who have debuted signature sneakers, and that's Trae Young and Lamelo Ball. Now, me personally, I say that I think I like the Trae Young one, at least this colorway, a little more than I like the Lamelo's first shoe. Now, the icy blue colorway for me hits a little different on the court. I'm also a huge fan of Trae Young. I don't know if you guys are, but he's been playing in these now since last season. Like, even last season, he kind of started and was, you know, getting into his bag in these shoes. And the only thing I will say that kind of takes away from, you know, the Trae Young one is that it kind of looks very similar to other sneakers. Again, he did play in it last season, but, you know, there's been more shoes that are dropping, and we can kind of talk about those later as well. And they kind of follow the same, like, theme and silhouette, in my opinion. Now, the light blue on the shoe hits a little different. I do think he's going to do something crazy with the colorways, which is why, again, you know, I mess with Trae Young. He was actually playing ball last night in a different colorway in Atlanta, where he was able to hoop, kind of get in his bag, and you were able to kind of see, you know, what he has in store, man. I like what Adidas is doing. I like what Trae is doing. Again, to me, I think the shoe is going to be really, really solid, not just on the court, but you could probably get away with rocking it off the court as well. Yeah, this colorway for me, valid for sure. Moving on to the Lamelo's first signature shoe. I like the direction that Puma is going. Now, you know, the red is standing out on the court. I think I like the contrast with the red and the jerseys, the North Carolina jerseys. It just hits a little different for me. Personally, I think this is a good look for Lamelo because he is with Puma. Now, there hasn't been a lot of people who kind of want to, or who took that risk to kind of say, okay, I want to start this brand or get this brand an opportunity to kind of build around. And I feel like that's what you will see with Lamelo. He's obviously balling right now. You can see that. And yeah, man, I think this colorway, again, just fits him and fits his personality. He likes to have the swag on the court. But as a performer, I will have to hoop in the shoe. You guys know me, or if you don't, I play in a lot of different shoes, man. So I'm curious to see if this one is as good as it looks. Now, you know, only time will tell. Moving on. We don't have these in hand, but the Lebron 19. The Lebron 19 for me is just something special, not only because, you know, I think it's going to be a great performer on the court, but they've showcased some really nice colorways, like the colorway that you guys are seeing, that gray right there. Maybe it was just because LeBron had it on, but it looks fire to me. Really, really fire, man. Now, the only thing is I am a smaller player. For those who don't know, when I'm hooping, I like to hoop in something a little more subtle than the LeBron. But if you kind of have that LeBron-like playing style, then I think, you know, obviously this is one of the signature lines that's been really consistent over time. So the LeBron 19, man, I think you won't be able to go wrong with it. This colorway right here, again, bruh, fire. Fits LeBron perfectly, in my opinion. Fits LeBron perfectly. We also have to talk about the Kyrie. Now, it was rumored that the Kyrie may not even drop, so it's good to see that, you know, we're able to kind of still get the Kyrie and kind of, you know, show love to his signature line. These right here, that teal or that beige that you may be seeing, fire. Fire for sure. Now, this is a line that I like to hoop in all the time. I don't know about you guys. You can let me know in the comments what shoe you prefer to hoop in. Me, it's either Kyrie, KD, or maybe the PG, but we'll talk about those later. But the Kyrie, most consistent line outside of the Kobe for me. If you're looking for a shoe that you can kind of hoop in, that you're gonna have some, I think, some dope colorways when Kyrie get back on the court, then yeah, man, I don't think you can go wrong with messing with the Kyrie. This colorway too, Nike gonna drop it. We need that. We need that ASAP. Moving on, let's talk about Curry. Curry, I think, had 25 points in the first quarter last night against one of my favorite players, Paul George. However, I didn't like that. But I do like his shoes, though. I do like his shoe. Shout out to Curry. He has his own, you know, line with Under Armour. I guess it's like his own thing now. But I've been hooping in the Curry off and on for probably 3 to 5 years. And yeah, it's become one of the most consistent lines as well, just under the Under Armour umbrella. This blue one, though, not my favorite. Not my favorite, just because it's kind of goes against what I like, but when I'm seeing other people in it, it kind of looks better than, you know, a lot of people can rock it on foot. So for those who kind of need a basketball shoe, if you mess with Curry, then you know the Curry line is really consistent, man. Curry line is super consistent. Let's move on to the Giannis. Now, PJ Tucker did have these on. He kind of debuted Giannis' sneaker before Giannis. PJ Tucker's the GOAT. However, these right here, to me, it's a very versatile shoe. Let me tell you why. I think a lot of the times when I'm hooping in a sneaker, I either like to go with something that's kind of loud on the court, but not too loud, kind of something solid on the court, and something you can kind of get away with off the court as well. I don't know how much you may be able to get off the court with these. However, I do think that if you're looking for a shoe and you're a bigger guard or you're just a smaller guard, I think this is going to be a versatile option on court. Maybe not so much off. Now, this colorway right here is probably the better colorway. We have another pair right here that you guys may or may not be able to see. But I'm feeling this one a little more than, you know, the other colorway for sure. But again, this colorway was debuted by PJ Tucker. Giannis went crazy in these though. He's just been showing out to me recently, man. I'm not going to lie. I watched him the other night and the shoes just seem to be flowing with him right now, man. I don't think he can do anything wrong. Took care of Brooklyn really, really easily, man, and did it in his signature shoe. So, hey, it may be another MVP season for Giannis. If so, get your Giannis and let me know in the comments if you like it or not, man. Let me know in the comments if you like it or not. I kind of want to talk about one of my favorite sneakers right now, and that's the Donovan Mitchell joint. The Donovan Mitchell joint, to me, is really, really slept on. Now, he is a very athletic guard, and I feel like they kind of built that around Donovan Mitchell, and I feel like that's kind of why I like it so much. This colorway here, not my favorite. Not my favorite, I'm being honest. However, one thing I will say is on the court, I have played in these and they feel really, really good. Now, go back to another point. Do you guys not feel like a lot of the Adidas shoes are starting to look alike? It may just be me. Now, this seems to be a very similar design / silhouette creation to the Trae Young shoe. However, I do think there's a little more implemented for Donovan Mitchell just because of his play style. Now, again, we need to see more colorways. We need to see more colorways for sure, but I don't think you can go wrong with this one either. So let me know. Let's look at some comments really fast. See what you guys have in mind. And don't be shy, man. If you don't think these are tough, then let me know. You don't have to, because some of them I feel like you can kind of get away with off court. And I don't know if you guys really play ball as much as I do, so it's a little different for me. I kind of want to be on the court. I kind of want to be able to find a shoe that fits on the court more than I can off the court. So, you know, it's a little different. I see my boy Goat Garden said Kobe's are absolute fire. That's true, bro. I don't think you can go wrong with the Kobe line. We do know that. We also see, LeBron 19 is valid, bro. I appreciate that, Snipe. I appreciate that. I do like the LeBron. I can see you hooping in the LeBron, man, honestly. Because the LeBron to me is probably one of the most versatile shoes too. I know it's kind of for bigger players, but I have played in a lot of the LeBrons. The LeBron 11 is still one of my favorite LeBrons to date. So, you know, nothing wrong with the LeBron, man. And again, I do think that if you do happen to get a pair, that you're going to enjoy it. So yeah, bro, let's keep moving. Let's talk about the Dame, man. Dame Dollar. Oh, shit. Dame Dollar. Now, I don't know what to say about these. These are probably, if I had to say, not my favorite Dame shoe. I think he could do a little better with the design, I'm gonna be honest. But I do think they were trying to do something different than what has been coming out recently. So I think it's a little different for Dame as well. But knowing him, I know he's really big into fashion and kind of designing his shoe, and I've talked to him before, and he's always said that he's had his hands in, you know, kind of designing something that kind of fits and works for him. So although it's probably not the most fashionable or the most like best looking shoe, it may not be the best looking shoe, but I do think putting it on the court, I think you're going to be able to get the job done. I think you're going to be able to kind of really just tap into, you know, your playing style and your guard playing style with this type of shoe. Then we have Harden as well. Now Harden, Very, very versatile on the court, man. I don't know if you guys know or not, but when I'm talking about the Harden, or when I'm wearing the Harden, I usually don't like to just move on without knowing like that the Adidas colorway is almost very, very similar to the one that we just talked about with the Dame. Now the Harden, for example, I just think it's just really, really solid. Now, as you see, I do think they're trying to mix it up and do something different with the design, which is, you know, another great look, because a lot of the Adidas sneakers, in my opinion, have really, really started to look alike. So it's good to try to see Harden kind of mix it up and try to come fresh with something different. Something different for sure. Now, this is another great opportunity for, you know, a brand to kind of come up. And I don't know if you guys know or not, but the Kawhi, these, very, very different, very, very different. Now the color blocking for me, it isn't for me. However, I do respect that, you know, he took the chance on New Balance, and they seem to be trying to make a comeback with Kawhi. And although we may not be able to see him playing on the court, I think that his sneaker, if it's worn by other players, it's going to still be able to stand out. These, again, for example, may not be the best shoe for me, but I think it's going to come down to one of those shoes again, man, where it's more about performance than about looks. Because if you look at it and you see it on the shelf, you may be like, that's probably not mine. Like, that's not my style at all. But Kawhi being kind of like, I guess, quote unquote, a fun guy and somebody who's not really into stuff like that, he's just going to look for something to kind of, you know, look good on the court or look decent on the court and perform well. And I feel like that's what you will be able to get out of this sneaker. I dig these. I dig these for sure. Now, one of my favorite sneakers and one of my go-tos right now, not only the KD 13, but the KD 14. This right here, the KD, hard. If you haven't seen the review, please check out the review now. This colorway, sick, but there's a lot that this shoe has to offer on and off the court. I've seen it rocked off the court, and it looks good, man. KD brought the strap back. The all black joints right here, crazy. The colorway, the initial colorway that I had with the little baby blue and the cheetah print, crazy. KD to me is just killing it when it comes to sneakers, man. Also, he did go crazy the other night against Giannis too, man, and he had on, you know, that KD as well, which, you know, to me was a great look, because again, we're starting to see really good signature sneakers, and they're not only playing in colorways that, you know, are like PE or just exclusive to them, but colorways we can get as well. So a lot of the times, you know, or in the past, we will see, and we probably will still see, the players come out in shoes that we can't get. But lately, at least the start of this, we have the opportunity to kind of cop what they're hooping in, and that's a dope look. Very versatile sneaker, man. If you're somebody who looks to really get down on the court, you got to go with that KD. Now, my favorite player, he's still on his fifth shoe, the PG5, which to me is a decent performer, man. It's a decent performer, I can't lie. I was expecting a little more out of the PG5. But, you know, moving on from the PG4, I think that, you know, the main thing there was trying to get the sizing right, because the PG4 was really, really snug, really, really small for a lot of people. The PG5, on the other hand, to me, runs a little big. I think I did a review on these as well. If you haven't checked it out, feel free to check it out. But the colorways, I think, on the PG5, at least the colorway he had on last night, fire. PG has always done a great job with trying to, you know, mix it up and, you know, be versatile on the court as well. So, again, another great option. Maybe not the most suitable in regards to looks, but another great performer on the court. Like, you won't be unsatisfied if you decide to get him. Now, the most affordable sneaker on the rack is the Zion. Now, I will say, I also did a review on these. I will say, it doesn't feel the best on the court. However, there is still something that you can take away from this sneaker. It being Zion's first shoe, I think we still should, you know, appreciate, you know, everything that's come with it. I just think we have to give it a little more time for them to kind of build on the catalog that Zion is looking to build. For example, you know, if you look at it, this is a pretty decent or very simple silhouette. Nothing wrong with that, bro. Like, the colorway is pretty simple. It fits Zion, and that's all you can ask for when dropping your first sneaker majority of the time. Going back, I feel like, you know, Trae Young and Lamelo, I feel like they just kind of different just due to who they are. Zion, on the other hand, also very different, but I feel like this fits him, but he was the first one to do this last season. So we kind of have to expect it to kind of be something that we build up and we kind of just work off him with. But Jordan Brand, I think, has done a really good job initially with helping him, you know, get this first sneaker off the ground. And yeah, I hooped in it. It wasn't a bad time when playing in it, but you know, I think there are better options available. Let's go to the comments. I want to see what you guys are thinking. Let me see if we have any thoughts. Is Dame a top? Oh yeah, I can answer some questions if you guys want to. Is Dame a top 75 player? Ooh, I have been seeing a lot of that. I think they also showed again where Klay Thompson was really, really upset this morning because he felt like they've been robbing him in regards to being top 75. You're asking me, you might be asking the wrong person. I'm a little biased. I like Dame a lot, so in my opinion, yeah, bro, he's a top 75 player, but that's just me. Do you guys have anything you guys think in regards to the sneaks? Because I know my favorite sneaker, again, up here, as mentioned, is the KD. But I'm really, really excited to try Lamelos, though, because I haven't hooped in any Pumas, bro. I haven't hooped in any Pumas at all. So I'm going to finally be able to mix it up on the court, try those Lamelos. My favorite so far is the KD. But, you know, I'm here to talk to you guys about some of this as well. Do you like the Jordan 15? To play ball in, no. I think I tried one time. It was very, very heavy. Outside of playing ball, yes. Yes, I really do like the Jordan 15 because I feel like it's one of those Jordans that are that's kind of slept on and kind of has a negative connotation to it because it was a little big, but just give it some time with the right colors and the right fit. Yeah, man, I think you could pull off the 15 for sure. I think you'll be able to pull off the 15 for sure. Who had your favorite debut signature show? Oh, he had to be shoe. Favorite signature so far? Let's say, I think I like Trae Young's. I mentioned I like Trae Young's more than Lamelo's, but that's just me though. That's just me. I think, and that's only because I've hooped in, or I've tried Trae Young's shoe on and kind of did a little mini test. I haven't been able to really just get down in it and test it like I want to, but I have no knowledge on Lamelo's at all. So it's kind of tough for me to kind of take Lamelo's shoe over Trae's when, you know, I kind of know what the Trae Young is about. I will say it's a little long, man. It's a little long right here. But, you know, again, watching Trae, I want my game to be like Trae so bad, man. Like, I'm just biased. I'm just a little biased about it because I'm a really huge fan. Again, he was hooping in another colorway last night where he also went crazy. And yeah, you know, that boy Luka was on him. And yeah, that was just a great game. It was good to kind of see him again, you know, being able to look comfortable and debut his signature shoe with different colorways, man. So shout outs to Trae. My favorite line of all time, probably Kobe's though. Probably the Kobe. Kyrie is up there as well. But the Kobe for me has always just been very, very consistent. The 6, the 8. For those who don't know, the Kobe 8 has always been my favorite Kobe. The 6, of course, is very, very solid. And then you have the 5 and, you know, all the other ones as well. But I think the Kobe 8 kind of changed the game for me, man. That changed the game. Which sneaker do you want to see PJ Tucker bring out? That's a tough one, bro. I actually don't know, just because he has so much heat, like he could bring out anything. Like I said, he debuted Giannis' sneaker before Giannis. Like, that's elite. That's elite. I don't know, man. I would almost like to see him hoop in a pair of Jordan 1s, though. That's about the only thing I feel like a lot of people or players haven't done recently, and that's hooping 1s. I've seen a lot of people hooping the 11. You know, you can get away with hooping in the 11. You can get away with hooping in the 4. I don't see a lot of players playing in Jordan 1s now. So if he could take it back and start playing in the Jordan 1, then that'll show that he's really, really different, because it's become a staple off the court. But again, you know, it's supposed to, you know, this was created on the court, man. So I want to see him, you know, bring back the Jordan 1, maybe show a little love to the Jordan 1, because, you know, at one point, the Jordan 1 was big time, man. The Jordan 1 was big time. Have you hooped in the self-lacing Nike shoes? Yes, I've had both versions of the Adapt. The first, to me, is much better than the second. I know we had Ja Morant, who was kind of doing a lot of marketing behind the second Adapt. For me personally, I think that first one, I feel like it's going to be hard to top. I have hooped in them, man. I don't hoop in them too often, just because, you know, when I'm getting to actually, where I'm really just trying to get down on the court, it is a bit of a hassle to kind of use your app to kind of get going. I will be honest about that. It's almost a fashion statement, but in a weird way on the court, man. Like, hey, I'm finna show y'all, I'm finna lace my shoes up. And sometimes, you know, I just don't have time for that. But I have played in both, and I really enjoy playing in both. Just the first is better than the second, in my opinion. But yeah, man, let's go through a few more. Have you hooped in? Okay, yep. Who favorite late Jordans? Okay, 18s and above. Oh, the 29. I really like the Jordan 29. That's another shoe that I feel like is really slept on in the community, man. The Jordan 29. I don't know if you guys know or not, but we used to do performance tests back in the day, and that was one of the shoes that we enjoyed hooping in like forever. I still play in this shoe. The 28, the 29, of course the 28, the bubble was popping, the airbag was popping a little more, but the 29, no problems whatsoever. So Jordans outside of the 18, like the 20 you can hoop in, but the 29 for me was my go-to. I want to answer a few more of you guys' questions, and then, yeah, be able to get back out here. Oh, I saw somebody mention Starberries, man. I actually haven't played in a pair of Starberries in a long time. I remember having a pair when I was a kid, but that was a long time ago. But I heard they may be re-releasing, man. If they do, then, you know, hey, you have to show me and tell me how they are, bro. You have to tell me. Off topic, who's your GOAT? See, you gotta put me on the spot. I don't know if I can end it like that. My GOAT? It'll probably, no, I don't know. I'm a little different, man. I just kind of like ball so much that I have multiple GOATs. But of course, you know, we can mention the top three, in my opinion, and that's my top three. Top four, you got Kobe, you got Jordan, you got LeBron, you got KD. KD might be number one. I like KD though. I like KD, so I'm a little biased, man. But I think it's time for me to get out of here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you guys receive a little knowledge for these sneakers, not only for those who are playing off the court, but for those who actually do a lot of hooping and play basketball and stay on court as well. Be sure to check me out at IamJJones and follow us everywhere at Bleacher Report Kicks, BR Kicks. And yeah, man, until next time, I appreciate you guys. Thank you for being here. Signing out, J Jones.